Well, happy Friday, everyone. As you can see, I'm in sunny California in Los Angeles in the neighborhood of Wilmington. Here is St. Peter and Paul's Church visiting a good friend of mine. You know, St. Peter and Paul are very much tied into today's gospel, but in a special way to St. Leo the Great, who we celebrate today. In the early church, things were a little bit lucid about who Jesus was and what we believe Jesus is. And there was a lot of argument about the nature of Christ, like who is his essence. And so there would be some people that said, oh, he had one nature, it was a special nature. And then there would be some say, no, he had two natures, he was both divine, he was both human. And so you had the East and the Western and the bishops arguing. And as you know, we religious people can be very vicious sometimes when we disagree with one another. But we start to see, just like we find in the gospel today, when Jesus gives the keys to Peter, this Petrine ministry taking place. And we see it very early on in the church, but in a special way with St. Leo. So St. Leo writes a tome. It's called the Tome of St. Leo. I actually knew a priest who could recite the entire tome in Latin. And what he says in here kind of, changes the course of our theology and who we believe Jesus is and who he is and how we understand who he is. He says in his tome, Jesus had two natures. He had a human nature and he had a divine nature. He's both divine and he's both human. We call that the hypostatic union. But what's important here is that it was the Bishop of Rome, the Pope, to the entire church explaining who Jesus was. And so we have to really thank God for this gift of the Petrine ministry. In our own day, we've just witnessed that with the first half of the Synod. So let us continue to pray for the Holy Father, the Pope, in a special way through St. Leo and all the great popes that have gone before us. God bless you, peace, and you'll see me back in Michigan next week.